Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Those Guys with your host Matt Marrero along with Patchy. Patchy, you are an adorable cat. Has she started purring louder in the new year? Is it just me? Am I the only one noticing it?
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
But I love it. I mean, it's sad because I think I have to give her a SAG credit because she has a speaking role. So I don't know if I have to give her that because she has a speaking role or not. But I am Matt Marrero. Who are you?
I don't matter.
Is that your name legally?
Yeah. Hi, this is I Don't Matter along with my co-host. Never mind.
Confused as fuck. So I'm your co-host.
There's weather today.
Yeah, right. No, but honestly, who are you?
Oh damn it, what did he say? It was, I'm older Tom. No, I'm also Tom. I'm just older and sadder.
My God. All right, so you're Tristan Walter, who's just older and sadder. You know, it sucks because, this had such I'm so confused. I give you something with such a nice, beautiful theme, and I'm like, oh, this raises his spirits, and you come into this well, I'm fucking older and sadder. I'm like, fine, then we'll put on Split again.
I hate you.
You want to go watch Shyamalan movies?
To look forward now.
Yes.
We have Glass to look forward to now.
We do. But right now we're talking about Toonami. We're counting down to Glass. We have Toonami Countdown. Now,
blowing up your best friends to save the universe. So who's it down to, Matt? Do I have to destroy you, or do you have to destroy me?
Could you imagine
if going to erase all life in the galaxy?
Could you imagine the nicest, rudest thing is just me telling you that you're not my best friend?
Huh. So you don't have to blow me up, but on the other hand, fuck you.
Yeah, right. But on the other hand, dick move.
So I guess Satish is screwed then.
Could you imagine if it's could you imagine it's Toto? Even Toto's confused.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway, but we're talking about Countdown.
To receive this, specific honor. Yeah, here's your explosive. Wait, what?
Oh God. He would be honored, confused, and I'd rather not, and then he'd die. So. We're talking about Toonami Countdown. The reason why we're talking about this is because we've been talking about many different TIE events. Oh, God damn it, I did rest in peace. Toonami Total Immersion events, which are shortened to TIEs. We've talked a lot about them because it started off you and I talking about our nostalgia and how, we used to see them back in the day and then how they tied into games and things like that. But then after a while, it became something that we did when we didn't have the time to do other podcasts. So here we are. Now, this is the last one. So the next TIE event, the next TIE that we do, it will probably be me looking at you, Tristan, and be like, yo, we're doing this live.
Yeah.
And talking about how interesting it is and weird it is. They'll be obviously much shorter podcasts than these have been, but what we do is, yeah, right. What a time to be alive. What we do with these though is, even though this one wasn't that long ago, we take a kind of a snapshot of what was airing on Toonami at the time and look at what's different about it now. But a bit like classic editions for different video game consoles, people are like, are they catching up? You should maybe take a little break with those. I think you're catching up because this one only aired about almost 2 years ago.
Right. Oh God.
Well, because
it's been 2 years.
Well, I'm sorry. This one was November 2017.
Right, because I remember actually catching a little bit of this one.
Oh, I think I don't know if I did because funny story. with me and Toonami, I quote-unquote watch Toonami in the sense that I have a bunch of shows from Toonami on my DVR that I don't watch until I go, oh shit, it's almost at 100%, or it is at 100. So I've just been marathoning old Dragon Ball Z, either Kai Final Chapters or now into Dragon Ball Super. So because both were airing at the same time, Kai's went a little bit farther than Super did, and now that I'm on Super, it's also in 2017. So I'm sort of catching them talking about Countdown, but not actually seeing Countdown.
Right.
Either way, though, I think this is one of the best TIEs, at least in the modern era, of Toonami.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because, and here's the thing, I understand that some people might say, but everything went back to normal, nothing really changed. And you know what? I hear you on that, but I would rather, and I know some people might say, well, why do we only have these two options? But I'd rather have nothing change, but have it be a very interesting story and put them into what I believe is actual peril with an end that it wasn't like it was just something like, oh, it's actually something really sweet and nice. Like they didn't have a twist where like Tom actually became evil, or he looked like he was evil but he was good. From the first part, they were like, okay, no, he's actually not evil. Because I thought it was like a good Tom versus an evil future Tom. That's like, hey, I have to do this because it will to me.
Don't worry.
well, no, because I know Evil Tom has been done so many times, but what I'm trying to get at is I thought it was like one of those stories where it's like, oh, we've been through so much, we're you from the future, and honestly, we just want to fucking murder everybody. Like, we've been so through, because that's happened in other media, we've been through so much, we honestly just don't care if we kill you in the process. We're that fucked up. Like, we've gone through that much shit. That's what I thought that was going to be the case, but Tom is actually just trying to, do this so that he could save the universe.
Right.
So even through all of that pain and hardship, like, Tom is still good.
Yeah.
He has to do something horrible, but he's still good. Because, again, other forms of media have had it come down to, no, we just want to murder. And hell, we'll murder ourselves. We don't give a fuck. And it's like, ooh.
Vindication for a reason, motherfuckers.
Exactly. So, frankly, I'm happy that in this case it was something that actually felt dramatic. It felt like there was, meaning to it. There was depth, and even, and the ship didn't have to explode. Because the thing is that, you know how the older TIEs were, or even, again, the last TIE. It was like, oh, no, this is bad, but don't worry because this. And it's like, oh. Like, it always ends with, like, if it actually ended with Tom's ship destroyed, he would have just ended up finding another ship, and then in his boot would have been some, like, backup of Sarah.
They probably would have made a joke out of it at that point. Been like, do you have a backup for your backup inside the backup in a secret compartment for another backup? Probably.
No, like, that's the thing. Like, what would have happened is he, at worst, he would have been, or at best, rather, I say best worst in the sense that he doesn't get a new ship immediately, he just finds one. But it would probably be him just getting picked up by, like, a medic ship or something. And it's like, oh, we picked up some parts. There was some, and, like, one of them has, like, Sarah's AI partially in it. Granted, I don't know if we'd have Tom in, like, a fucking medical gown for like about 3 weeks, but still, I don't know if he'd be in the medical gown for like a year. Tom, how long have you been on that in that medic? On that evac ship, whatever. But I can't think of even though I just said it, I can't think of the fucking words. Still, you see where I'm coming from, though. Like, I understand some people's like sitting there like, oh, well, nothing fucking happened at the end of the day, but there was actual tension where I was like, I know Tom isn't going to die. But I actually thought Sarah was done for like a year.
Yeah. Because we've had that before, too, where it was like, well, we're writing Sarah out. Please don't do that.
Yeah. So, and here's something interesting, too, to think about. As of this recording, us recording this podcast, Toonami's been on the air since 2012, this version of Toonami. So, something like that kind of, yeah, a shakeup like that could happen.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of glad nothing too dramatic has happened yet, because it's been years now, but I'm still in that, like, oh dear God, please don't tell me it's going off the air again. Like, I'm always secretly afraid that something terrible is going to happen.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, here's the thing, right? I don't care. Like, even if they got rid of Tom for like a few months, that would be terrible. But like, as long as the block and the shows stay on the air, I honestly, like, I don't want them to like replace him with. You know what it was too? I didn't care about the way the ship looked when it moved to Saturdays. I got to be real with you. That wasn't my big concern. My only concern was I lived with my dad at the time in Long Island, so it was much harder for me to even get TV time because I had a TV in my room but no cable. So I could play games on the weekend, but I couldn't actually watch television. So to try to sit down to watch weekly anime at the time when I'm a teenager in high school, it would have been much easier if I could have done it like this, where everyone's asleep. Because if I was a teenager, my brothers would have been in elementary school. So, like, they would have been asleep most likely on the weekend, during Toonami. But because Toonami was like, oh, no, we're appealing to, kids and trying to be – granted, of course, original Toonami appealed to kids, but it appealed to kids in a great way by being a middle-of-the-day, after-school cartoon block.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful appealing to kids when, it just worked for my schedule. It worked for many other kids' schedules, obviously, by how it was watched, back in the day, and people enjoyed it. But once they moved it to being on Saturday, I got to be real with you, I don't care how the ship looked. I just remember we saw a lot less of Tom. When we did, he was not really doing much. They didn't do any events like these. And then it went off the air. And that was that. I was 16, and it was like, oh, Toonami's last broadcast. Okay. And then that was that.
Well.
Yeah.
So, Max.
So.
No.
What?
Nothing.
But no, I just, it is what it was, So having Toonami back. What was that?
The alien intelligence has infected him.
Yeah. It's, by the way, so like that alien intelligence thing, it's, by the way, here's something funny. How much anime did this feel like? Where it's just like, Sarah, I love you. For some reason I'm cured. I was like, oh my God, from zero to anime. This is like the only thing that like would have made it more anime other than the power of love. If like Tom's love for her gave him larger robot muscles.
Oh my God.
Like, I think that's the only other thing that would have made this more anime. Do you know what I mean?
But Matt, it's the power of friendship.
Yeah, right. Well, it's actually really sweet because he says friend, but like we all know that it's like a Plankton hologram situation, like with Plankton and Karen.
How dare you make that comparison?
Oh yeah, because there's so many humanoid beings that talk about fucking AI in the entirety of media that I just have a bunch of other ways that there's no other references. Give me like one other comparison that I could make in media about a humanoid being, even though yes, he's a robot, but he's humanoid, wanting to get down with an AI who throws out memes. I mean, come on.
They're both AI anyway, so.
Yes, but it's different. It's much different. He has a humanoid body that he walks around in. She is fine with being in virtual space, technically controlling the ship, but she isn't the ship.
Until now.
Yeah, right. But yes, so I'm just saying that there's no other comparison, but they are still together is what I'm saying, which is nice.
What was the line? It's like, oh, great. Now my best friend and my ship are one, and they're both trying to kill me. It must be a Saturday.
Yeah, no, that killed me. I was like, God damn it, they just said that. No, but he says friend, but I don't know if he's actually saying, like, we are companions, because, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the way he talks to her, like, I'm okay with them being, like, together, but also saying you're a best friend to me, because that's how a relationship should be. But, like, I'm genuinely confused sometimes.
No, I think it's just generally companionship. I don't think it's supposed to be taken romantically. Granted, you can if you want, but...
Well, I'm not saying I make jokes about sex, but like sex doesn't have to be any part of it. They're robots in space. They can love each other without it being sexual. Just it's funny because when I saw the art that Tom did in the beginning, I was like, oh, I wonder if that was fan art, but they were making fun of it too much to be fan art. So I imagine like someone just in the studio just drew that out as a joke. But
yeah, what
makes me laugh is just I mentioned like, oh yeah, Tom and Sarah fucking, and it's like cue the fan art. It's like, oh no.
God damn it.
It's like, oh no. Oh God. Anyway.
I thought that was beautiful. I thought Sarah's criticism and not taking it seriously actually was hurtful. It's like, no,
it was.
You know, it's fine. I'll get over it. I just need to be mad at you for like 5 minutes.
That was actually, that was really funny. Like Tom's like, look, I'm not going to hate you forever.
Just posts a GIF as a reaction, and it's just like, when you don't have the words, and Tom's like, are you fucking serious right now? What are you, 12? It's like, no, this is just how we communicate. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, you know, we have, you know, we're both AI, and our, you know, and our friendship has grown organically in a strange, you know, humanistic way. But it's always been, you know, between banter between each other. I don't know how to be serious with you.
Oh my, yeah. Oh God.
Like,
so.
well, all right, that's fair.
I have to say, speaking of anime, I feel as if, and look, I know this is coming from a fan of Doctor Who and Back to the Future here, but I feel as if they looked at, specifically the writers for Countdown, they looked at anime the way they deal with time travel, and they were like, oh, let's make this just as confusing as fuck.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, good. So I'm not the only one who's...
at the same time as you. Like, but when we switch back for whatever reason, it's in the middle of something, and I don't even know that we've switched back to our own timeline.
Thank you. No, because I thought like it would be a thing where if he switched back, and I know technically it would be he would be caught in a loop if this happened, but again, it's simple time travel on a block for us to watch at night. Like, I'm not expecting, you know, like the theories. No, because like the theory is if he had helped stop the, you know, Sarah from becoming controlled and, you know, hurting Tom the way that she did or something like that, if she had stopped that, then wouldn't that be like a weird loop that they would consistently be in? Granted, if the loop would in theory be closed, if it's like, oh no, I didn't stop her from becoming that, she still does, but then when I go through my hardships, I come back and send you back to finish the job. Like, that could have worked, but because the Vindication exploded in the future, I have to sit here and be like, wait, so the Vindication will one day explode? Is that what you're telling me? Right, and I'm cool with that. It's just, that's what I'm saying. Right? Just this entire you could just play Future Trunks' English themes from Falconer just during this entire
pretty much
TIE.
And then Future Tom's just floating out in space. Well, shit.
Oh God. So
they've even set themselves up for the next TIE, Matt. Evil Future Tom will come back evil. It's like, you blew me up and left me in space to die. That's what you wanted me to do. Not like this, you asshole.
Yeah, kind of, actually. Because, like, what confused me was, like, I actually don't know what the point was. No, because, here, let me explain. When I said, oh, it's super, like, this TIE was one of the most interesting ones due to its, like, you know, drama and, like, actually making it seem like shit was going down, that was great. But when I say I don't know what the point was, it's like, wait, but you didn't stop it in the past? Because, like, I thought the point was, I'm going to blow this shit up so it doesn't happen one day. And it's like, don't worry, I stopped it in the future. And it's like, wait, but that doesn't affect us right now. Flips back. Well, shit. Like,
well, shit.
Well, because it doesn't affect them in the moment. They could still end up getting caught in wherever the fuck that was, unless
Right.
Tom should have made a joke of like, oh, by the way, we should change course.
By the
at
way,
least-
let's not go through that fucking nebula, please.
Yeah, no, because I'm confused because in my head I'm like, wait, so did they actually get away from the nebula because he was warned by himself and he just helped him in the future?
Right.
Also, another thing too, it's a little odd that it's like, wait a minute, future Tom, did you never tell Sarah that you cared about her? Because if you're just future version of this Tom, I feel like you would have said that at least once out loud.
You'd think. Well, I mean, that's kind of the message. It's like, hey, people you care about, tell them you care about them while you have the chance. Because sometimes you might have to blow them up in the future because they turn evil and try to wipe out all of, life in the galaxy.
I mean, it's a message that's universal, really. Any language, you could just pick it up. No, you're right. You're right. That is a beautiful message, and that's why I don't dislike the message. Also helping out your friends and being there for them. There's so many beautiful messages in this that I do think resonate with me. It's just one of those things where it's like, wait, blowing it up in the future didn't really do much, other than fuck over future Tom.
Yeah. Which really, in a nutshell, that just goes down to another level. Isn't that what we all do to ourselves anyway? Our past selves just fuck over our future selves.
Have you seen Scrubs when they made the joke of, that's not my problem, that's future JD's problem?
Yes, I have.
Fucking funny.
I feel like I pretty much live by that example.
Excellent. What's funny is it's only funny because it's funny because you're sitting here right now saying it as if you can't change it right now for future you.
Right.
You could change it right now.
No.
But then you're being a dick.
But why? Exactly.
But either way, though, I really enjoyed this a lot, actually. Again, it would be nice for something, to change up a little bit, possibly in 2019 if they do another one. But they didn't need something crazy where it's just like, oh no, a new ship, oh no, a new base. It's like, look, man, I'm watching this for the tunes. I'm watching this for the cartoons. Is someone out there?
Yeah.
Did he just call cartoon? Did he call anime cartoons? There are Samurai Jack is on it too. But
Samurai Jack is an anime.
It is.
Come at me.
Of course, it's as much as one as Avatar: The Last Airbender, of course.
Oh, here we go.
Well, Tristan, if you're throwing him into this, you're throwing them into this too. So I don't think you want to fight this battle.
This is how the future explodes.
Oh God, no, but no, it was really sweet at the end of the day. Again, the time travel was stupid, but I also I'm a sucker for time travel, so.
Yeah.
Actually,
I feel like that was half the joke too. Anyway, they're like, how can we make this ridiculous? Let's do it in time travel. That's great. Let's do it.
Well, you said the phrase, and I didn't know what you meant by this, so I want to hear what you mean by this. You said they really know their audience.
Yeah, well, it's just half the jokes they were making.
Yes.
I mean, obviously there are new people watching Toonami. It's been around a while now. It's drawn in new fans, but they're still making jokes for those older fans that they know have been there since day one. Maybe not there every night, but tune in when they can. Because immediately when I hear Sarah, it's me. I'm from the future. It's still me. I'm just sadder and older. It's like, hi.
Right, yeah, it does feel like a joke that you're making for people who are not just teenage, because when you say new fans, you're referring to teenagers that might have just stumbled into this.
Right.
Versus
within the last 2
years,
3 years, 5 even.
What was that? I didn't hear before you said the years, I didn't hear what you were counting up from.
Just 2 to 5 years.
Yeah. No, I heard that. I didn't know why you were counting up. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, like, the fans, like, the ages.
Oh, yeah,
The time
2 to 5
people
years old.
started watching
No, they've
from.
been, I know, they've been watching for like 2 to 5 years. Well, no, because I've talked about the fact that, like, I have former students, because I used to be a debate coach. I have former students who I don't know if they watched Toonami, but I know that they watched anime. So if they did catch it through Toonami, then at the time they would have been 14 to 17, which Toonami was still going on at that time. Because, again, they would have been. I wouldn't have been. But now that they're like 18, 19, it's just like, yeah, if they're still watching anime on Toonami, then it's kind of interesting, you know, to like see like them grow up with it as well, in a different way, of course. But it's also interesting, like people, like other people have the chance to grow up with Toonami in a sense. Yeah. But no, it's funny. Before we get into the scheduling, because again we have so much time because we know we're not going to fit this into 15 minutes. We've been clearly talking for more than 15 minutes. So before we get to the schedule, I just want to say that you brought up earlier this idea of fear, which, you know, this idea that like, what if Toonami, you know, gets off the air? Oh God, I feel like at this point with our collective nerd anxiety regarding Toonami, I'm honestly shocked that no politician has run on that platform yet.
Oh my God.
Like, I will make sure Toonami will always be on the air. Like, I'm shocked that no politician has run on, like, oh, in my Star Wars, Luke wouldn't have died. Like, I'm wondering why. It doesn't have to have anything to do with any kind of like sexism or racism or homophobia. Just like nerd things that people got mad about or anxious about that have nothing to do with like, you know, the people that say like, oh, you know, it's too many cultures in Star Wars now. It's like, shut up. No, it's more so like in my Star Wars, Luke wouldn't have died. People are like, that's a leader I would vote for. Oh, my God.
We have to go back. We have to stop this future from happening.
Thank you. I was about to actually make a reference to that. In my world, Samurai Jack would be going on for another 5 more seasons. You're like, and this is the politician I will vote for. He's writing their name for everything. Tristan, you're trying to get a Best Buy gift card. Still writing the name on? This person. Are you telling me that this politician recommended you to get a Best Buy gift card? Listen, I'm just doing everything I can to support this candidate.
Whatever works. The
my
future
God.
works in mysterious ways now.
Jesus. No, but like, yeah. The thing is, I think for some other fans who are tuning in, either some of you guys who are nerds who, you know, occasionally watch Toonami, or some of you guys who are a little bit new to Toonami, it might be hard for you to wrap your mind around the fact that even though Toonami was not off the air for that long, to be very honest with you, it's still, because I don't know if you watched it during the during the age of like when Tom was different, you know, and it aired on Saturdays only. I wasn't really watching that, as I mentioned. I really wasn't. What was it?
The Dark Times during the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't watching then. So for me, it feels like Toonami had been gone for much longer. But the reason why I bring it up is because when Toonami left, it really did, even though it was, you know, again, it was in 2008 and it came back in 2012. So really, it's not a large gap. But it felt much longer because for me, it was just me kind of sitting there like, so we're really never getting this back, because it was something that I loved as a kid. Then it became something that I did not enjoy as much. I was watching anime through other means at that time, so like I really didn't have any need to watch it through Toonami, because once a week especially, because it was like I could catch it on other channels because there was still Saturday morning cartoon blocks at the time, or I could just get DVDs of it. And you remember how like out of nowhere it was like, instead of VHS tapes with 4 episodes, it was like, oh my God, this DVD has an entire season.
Right.
So, you know, it was just something that for me, I didn't need Toonami. And again, I told you guys it was hard for me to watch. So it felt like Toonami was gone for much longer, and it was just never coming back. Like, it became that, and then it's never coming back. And then it did, but there's still that anxiety of like, it still could always leave, just at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Just like, well, it's not
that
doing
one
well.
thing left over from childhood. It's like, it's still here, but for how long? I don't know.
But you know what but when I said, though, it only left... Yeah, but when I said... But here's the interesting thing, though. When I said, though, like, oh, it was only gone for 4 years, that's actually not a long period of time. Because anime still aired on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Well, no, but...
It just wasn't the same.
No, it wasn't. But when I say, like, oh, it's only 4 years, you're like, Matt, what is that? What do you mean it's only 4 years? It's like other movies take a long time between each film. Like, Avengers came out. The first Avengers came out in, like, 2012.
True.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, when it might seem like, oh, God, that was so long ago, or like, oh, God, 4 years, that's a crazy amount of time. But when you look at, like, how long a movie, I mean, even looking at other movies, like production cycles, like, oh, God, that movie took 3 to 4 years to come out. Yeah, it did. It came out eventually, whatever the movie could be. You know, pick any movie in a franchise that maybe, you know, wasn't doing so hot that we got a new one every other fucking year and a half. Yeah, you end up taking like 3 years for a movie to come out. So to say like, oh, Toonami was off the air for 4 years, it's actually not that bad, but we just truly believed it was never coming back.
Right.
So, and again, like Code Geass aired, Death Note aired. It was really fucking weird.
Yeah, Bleach,
Bleach.
was still gone. Yeah.
Yes, Bleach was just going with the Adult Swim logo. And I sat there and I was like, then why did you fucking cancel Toonami? That's the thing. No, that was my problem. That was always my problem. Like, why did you guys cancel Toonami? It's like, yes, they have to pay. Like, look, yes, they have to put money into it every now and again. But honestly, like, other than paying Bloom, I think it's Stephen Bloom, right? Or is it Blum?
Yeah, Steve Bloom.
Bloom. Other than paying Bloom every once in a while to say, like, now we're back with brand new show. Like, other than doing that, you pay them for a few lines.
That make the graphics and the banners and their animations.
But other than when a new show comes on, they use the same thing over and over and over. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to... Actually, I should clarify to Tristan. When you watch a marathon of only one show on Toonami...
Yes.
Because I was watching Kai, all of Kai final chapters, and then as much Super as I've seen, they obviously pay them, you know, to do one round of graphics, but I don't think that they would get paid any more to put it on the air the way that they would pay to put any other anime on the air. Once it's all paid for and accounted for, and we have all the files and everything, it's just a copy paste job. Which someone is paid for, yes, but they don't get paid, I would imagine, any more than they would get paid for just plopping it in with ads and throwing that on.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say, like, it's the same thing over and over. Yeah. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, of course they get paid, but I don't think until they bring up, like, oh, here's a new show. All right, let's get Bloom back into the recording booth. Bloom's, like, sitting there like, yeah, I'm here again. Hi. Like, I wonder how they even call him. No, because, like, think about it.
The Toonami signal. It's like
that's exactly what they do. Yes. He just looks up into the sky. He's just like, honey, they need me. Yeah. But, no, but, like, but here's the thing, though, right? The reason why... What sound effect?
On his phone, like, they just call him, and the Toonami sound effect comes on, and it's like, they need me.
Oh, God. So, actually, no. It's Steve Blum sitting, even though I'm sure he has a lot of work on his plate, it's Steve Blum sitting in front of a cell phone like Goku did.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What are they going to call? No, honestly, I feel like Steve Blum literally just probably looks at the Toonami guide and goes, oh, that show looks like it's ending in, like, 3 weeks. I'm probably going to get a call tomorrow. Well, no, because they can't bring him in for, I mean, obviously, yes, they know what's going on in advance, but they can't bring him in to do everything at once because all the shows are on different schedules.
Yeah.
So I'm actually wondering, like, how do they, like, what's their, like, oh, we figured out this show is coming up in 3 months. Let's get Blum to do this now. And then he comes and does it, and then he leaves, but there's another show that is coming up after that, not like in that same block even, not even that same time slot, because every show is on its own thing. So
Right.
I actually wonder what they, and also he ends up, he also narrates the reviews that they do, because, they do video game reviews.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to talk to him about what his schedule is like for Toonami in general. That would be interesting. Yo, if I ever see him at a con, I would be like, can you just explain to me, like, what they do to you?
It's just like, what do you mean?
Well, because, like, that has to be... Because the thing is, dude, right? Like...
No, I know. I just feel like if you worded it like that, he'd look at you like, what do you mean?
No, I think he would know. Because when you get any actor in... Because here's the thing, right? When it comes to anime, right? When it comes to anime, getting someone in to do something, even if it's like, oh, your character only has, like, 3 lines this episode, they would still get them to be like, hey, can you be, like, a bunch of villagers and shit like that? So, like, that's why you end up hearing, like, certain episodes of certain shows or certain movies, anime ones, that you're like, wait a minute. Isn't that, like, Sean Schimmel? Or isn't that also Chris Sabat? Or isn't that also because they have that person in the booth, and if there's an episode of something where it's like, oh, we want you to reprise your character, but they're not going to have that many lines, boom.
Right.
That's what you do. But when it comes to Tom, if it's like, oh, we need you in for this block just to say, hey, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the new season is coming up, and a few other spots, like, I'm sure it's good pay. It's just one of those things where it's like, I hope he lives in L.A. or wherever they record. You know, like I wonder if they get him in to do that, and they're like, by the way, we're also recording another. Like, I wonder if he books them all at the same time. Like, I'm doing Tom and a bunch of other shit in the same studio. So, like, he's like, he's on other anime with the same studio, but he's like, I'm doing Tom right now, and then I'm going to leave to do so-and-so. Because it's very, you see what I'm saying, though, right? Because because he only does, from what I've seen, very few things, and then for each show. So if one show is going to air for 6 months, it's like, well, we don't need you for that show, but we need you for other shit. So it's just, it's I want to talk to him about his schedule when it comes to Toonami. But yeah. Well, no, because it just seems like a very odd one.
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, right, back in the good old days, like real old days, when you had stuff like this, even though it wasn't animated, but you had something like, let's say, like a Pee Wee Herman, right? You could film a bunch of Pee Wee Herman stuff in a row, even if it's not the same episode, but they're like, hey, we so-and-so is going to come in tomorrow to film her celebrity segment or his celebrity segment, but right now we're going to film this part of it. I mean, even something like Mr. Rogers, God knows how many of those you can fucking film in a day.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the big difference with this is that, like, with Mr. Rogers, even if they had animated segments or stuff like that, it would just cut to that. Or if they had a voiceover for it, then they would get him in the booth to, say whatever the fuck's coming up. That's what Mr. Rogers would say. All right, whatever the fuck's coming up right now. And he'd be like, thanks, Mr. Rogers. And then Pee-wee would be like, you said the secret word! Fuck! And so, but still, when you look at this kind of segment, like, because it's all animated, it's like, when do you get him into the booth, and when are you just like, yeah, we don't need you for, like, 4 months? Because those game reviews have to be somewhat topical.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, I'm sure
in the month that the game comes out.
Yeah, and I'm sure those are paid.
Closer. Yeah.
What was that?
Maybe even closer. Like
yeah,
within a few weeks.
Oh, yeah. So I'm sure some intern, who is probably happy, is playing God of War while while the whole company is being paid by, oh fuck, who made God of War? Whoever made God of War. What? Oh, so you know who made God of War?
That's not the question here, Matt.
Go fuck yourself.
This is what I live for.
Anyway, no, but seriously though, because I know that it's a PS4 exclusive, but I don't know the exact name of the company behind it. Either way, what I'm trying to get at though is because I saw a God of War review that they did, or the newest God of War that they reviewed on Toonami as I was watching Kai, and it aired in between the commercials as they do. Like, oh, hey, we're about to cut the commercial, and then they just show the review. So clearly someone had to play that. Then they wrote the script, gave Blum the script, and he read it. But if it was so close to release date, like literally they had to just be like, hey, just come in and do this. And it's like, oh, do you have any other bumpers? No. Just come in and do this. We're getting paid money. We're getting paid money, and so is you. Get in.
Get in, loser. We're getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But anyway, so let's take a look here before we wrap this thing up, let's take a look here at the schedule. As I'm doing that, I want to ask you, Tristan, what are you playing? I hear the clicking and the clacking. What are you playing?
What do you think?
Probably Ultimate.
I'm saving future Tom.
Right.
I'm playing the online game that came out with this TIE, Matt. What
there was
else
no
would I be playing?
Don't do this to the fans. There was no TIE. There was no event.
Oh.
There was no TIE. Matt, do you mean like there was no game with it? No, there was just no TIE because everything got erased via time travel. No, there was no game either. It would have been nice, but there was no game.
Kind of hard when you don't have a platform to do that on anymore. I know, CartoonNetwork.com still exists, but...
I mean, fuck, they'd put it on Steam.
True. I mean, Adult Swim does games too, but...
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, no, I guess some free games, but...
No. I mean...
that should be if AdultSwim.com actually had, like, a Toonami TIE game go up for, like, a week. It'd be hilarious.
I think that would be smart. I mean, because the thing is that it's not like nobody goes on that whole newfangled PC thing anymore. Like, they would probably have a bigger install base for that than they would when they originally released those games.
Fair.
Heck, if they put the older games up, I would fucking pay for that.
There you go. You hear that, Adult Swim? You want more money? Here's how to make it.
I mean, pretty much. I don't know why you're laughing. It's legit.
I know.
Now I'm confused. Where is it? Where are you? I'm looking for what, because I had the block open, but of course, mobile phone internet sucks.
Now?
Yeah. No, mobile phone internet's terrible. Let's see here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. I thought this aired in 2017.
I'm at January 2017. 2 years ago, where it all began.
Yep. Yeah, I was right. November 4th to 25th. That was the countdown event. So let's look at some fun things at the time. Because if you guys don't know, you can actually look up all these schedules on Wikipedia because some poor soul has tasked themselves or has been tasked to actually put all of these up. So from October 21st to November 25th, 2017. At this point, the block was 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. Eventually, fairly recently, I think I told you, Tristan, they extended the block like earlier, like to 9.
Yeah. Oh,
but
I thought it was 10.
No, if it wasn't 9, it was still crazy early at 10. However, they've canceled that. It's back to 11 now. But it goes on till like 5.
Kai's done.
What?
I feel like because Kai's done.
Well, no, because no. They were airing original Kai from the beginning of Kai alongside My Hero Academia, it was either My Hero Academia or Boruto, trying to bring in new fans. But I think they realized it was too early, and it was too early for the older fans, and it was too late for really youngins. So they still have Super airing at 8 on Saturdays, but like last week's Super, they still have that airing at 8 or something weird like that, 8 or 9.
Okay.
But they don't have like Kai alongside alongside it was either My Hero Academia or Boruto. You guys can tell me down in the comment section down below. But either way, talking about what aired during this block that Countdown aired, it was Dragon Ball Super, so long ago, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans, Hunter x Hunter, Lupin the Third Part 4, Naruto Shippuden, Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop, and Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex, second gig. I don't know if the first gig went well, but I hope the second one does for them. It's really hard to be.
That's one of the. I don't know if it's the same as like Big O, but I don't know. No, because Standalone Complex second gig. Because I know there's 2 seasons. I'm wondering if it's the situation where it's like we can't get the rights to the first season, so we can only show the second half. I don't think so, but
yeah, that's actually fair.
With Big O for a while.
You know what, dude? That might be fair. I don't think that's the case because I'm pretty sure they've shown other Ghost in the Shell stuff before. They've never shown the original movie.
Right.
Now, before anyone gets
for New Year's or a holiday day.
Before anyone gets on my ass, I'm sure they showed it back in the day, but I'm talking about new Toonami. It's Ghost in the Shell. They had to have shown it during a midnight run, but I'm sure they have not shown it during, new Toonami from 2012 onward. Anyway, so actually looking at the lineup seriously, obviously Super is around. It's actually pretty far though, so within the year it will be over. Dragon Ball Z Kai, obviously that's done, both the original and final chapters. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders is part 3. Now they're on part 4. Correct?
Yes. My God.
That's what I thought. Yes. Part 5 is currently airing on Crunchyroll, and frankly, I feel like part 4 will actually be over and there won't be JoJo for a bit. Nothing against JoJo. I just think that Toonami might actually take a JoJo break unless, they're planning simulcast stuff and they're already dubbing it behind the scenes and we don't know about it. Because it would be interesting if, while Part 5 is airing, it's actually airing on Toonami, which was Super was doing for a while.
Right. We've reached the new golden age.
Yeah, right? Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans is still on the air, but it's on that time slot of this is the shit that's older. These are the reruns.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hunter x Hunter still on and actually brand new stuff. It's funny. It's brand new for television, but Hunter x Hunter has been finished on DVD and Blu-ray for a while.
Yeah.
So it's more so you and I who are sadly I didn't catch the beginning of when they first started airing Hunter x Hunter, but if I did, I would be watching week to week.
Right.
Because it's interesting. I've never seen Hunter x Hunter before, never read it. It was one of those I know it's also
series.
Oh yeah, I've heard great things about it, but it's one of those things where it was done by the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's been delayed a bit, so that meant that I felt weird about both watching it and about reading it. Thankfully, this version is the definitive version from what I know. So, and I believe the manga is finished.
Maybe.
I would only hope that it is, because if they're airing this version of the anime and it's a longer version, I would hate for this version to also end on a fucking cliffhanger.
Right, yeah.
Lupin the Third Part 4, it's Lupin. We all know Lupin at this point. I don't know why they picked this Part 4 specifically. I think this version is owned by Funimation, it's licensed by Funimation in the U.S., so that might be why. Naruto Shippuden, it's still airing. It isn't airing new quote-unquote episodes, and frankly, I'm sorry, but I think it needs to go. Look, let me explain. If they're not going to air, both when this was a thing, 2 years ago, and now, if they're not going to air quote-unquote new episodes that are technically older episodes, and they're just going to cycle through the last few seasons, what are you even doing? Are people actually catching Shippuden? Like, I really don't know.
Right.
Outlaw Star.
In time capsule.
Yeah, because I think we talked about, like, because even I looked at Shippuden the other day. Matt, and then you're catching up. But, like, no, I'm not watching it. I was just looking at, like, are they actually airing?
No, I swear.
Yeah, right. No, but seriously, I was looking at the episode title and when it aired originally, and I wanted to check if, like, they were getting closer to, because almost every single DVD of Shippuden, I think there's only one more they have to release in the U.S. to say, hey, we're done with Shippuden. So I get that they're not there with it, but they're so behind that even now with what they're airing, they're still like 5 years behind on U.S. TV.
Right, yeah.
Heck, even if they really want to end Shippuden soon, once that DVD comes out, I feel like they might just actually skip a bunch of episodes and skip a bunch of seasons and just go to, like, the last 2 years of it, which is like 100 episodes. Because they're like hundreds of episodes behind, not like 100.
Right.
So either way, that's Shippuden. They were also airing Outlaw Star, which, good show, damn good show. Cowboy Bebop, which pretty much always finds its way back somehow. And Ghost in the Shell, just again, to be one of those, we used to air this, look at this kind of situations. So, not really much to talk about because, again, most of the stuff is still on or, sequels to it are on the platform. So, nothing really to be like, oh, man, I remember this 2 years ago. Like, I know it was 2 years ago-ish, about sort of, year and a half really. But still, it wasn't that long ago to be like, the memories. Nostalgia, Tristan.
Yeah.
Well, no, because, like, at least looking at what's going on with us now with, all of our different, with our YouTube channels and stuff like that, like, I'm happy with 2019 right now where I am. Don't worry, the year will fuck us over. But, like, with where we are right now, I'm feeling good.
I mean, you should, Matt.
For now. For now. We'll see what happens.
Because we're still here. We have our radio show. We're still broadcasting from space. The ship hasn't tried to murder us in a few years.
Also, we both have Nintendo Switches.
And we both have friendship.
Yes. Also, by the way, that little baby. Look at the little baby. The little larva baby. He's still a baby.
Oh, God.
I mean, I think he's maybe gotten a little fatter. Maybe he's a little bit bigger. But no, I really think he has gotten a little bit bigger. But he's still a little baby.
So, for, like, us and our show, does my cat, I think my cat fills that role.
Yes. Yes, Patchy does.
Asleep.
Good. Little purring demon. I love her, but it always sounds like you're trying to start up a car. And she's wonderful. But, like, well, no, because like, last year when we're officially going to wrap this up soon, guys, don't you worry. But last year, you would be like, oh, can you hear her? And I'd be like, honestly, I kind of don't. And I could hear her a little bit, but I'd be like, honestly, I kind of don't. Now I'm just like, what in the fuck happened to Patchy?
Okay.
But, no, like, Patchy got louder. Beautiful cat, but she got louder. Anyway, before we wrap this thing up, did you notice the Star Wars reference this time?
No, he's fucking with me this time. There's no way.
Oh my God, are you serious? I feel really bad. Are you serious?
He's definitely fucking with me.
You're telling me you didn't notice that there was a Star Wars reference in the episode itself?
I feel like every time you say that sentence, I die a little bit more inside, so just tell me what the fuck it was, please.
Save me, past Tom. You're Sarah's only hope.
Wait.
He's literally, it's literally a little hologram person that he...
Oh, okay, it was the I see.
And it was
now.
programmed
Okay.
into a droid.
Yes, because some of the hologram was, like, garbled, so I probably didn't catch it. Because, I totally would have gotten that if I had heard it.
Well, he
spot
didn't
on,
say it
so
out loud.
probably-
He didn't say that line, but just the idea of it being a hologram programmed into a droid, relaying a message.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, yeah. No, you're right. That's fair.
And it's funny because like I didn't pick up on that at first, but then when you said, "Oh, they know their audience," it like like all the Star Wars references came back to me.
Right.
Yeah. So now
funny.
you've realized you've gotten to the point of your life where you've become such a Star Wars fan, you could quote decent chunks of the movie to me, but when you look at a theme that's staring you right in the face, you're like, right, she was a hologram. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I can find you the most obscure shit. I remember fucking AA-47, the goddamn cell she was in, but not fucking Tom, you're her only hope.
Well, again, I don't think he said that directly. It's not that. It's just the idea that he programmed a droid to have a pre-recorded message, essentially. Because, Granted, yes, he could ask it questions, but he said as long as you don't, say any technobabble, basically, it'll know what you're talking about. Like, I've programmed a droid with my consciousness, sort of, to guide you through this. I'm like, oh, you are literally Leia.
Ask it any existential crisis questions, we should be fine.
Right? Anyway, this was a fun little thing. These are all just meant to be fun little things. You know, like these aren't meant to be like crazy, like in-depth, like, oh, let's look at the history of when this aired and who animated this and shit. Like, it's just supposed to be fun little shoot-the-shit stuff. So I hope you guys had fun with us. The next time, though, it'll be intense because we'll actually be doing them like our own, like live, like, oh, what's going on next week? But like this time, we're just catching up with them. We're shooting the shit. We're having fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I mentioned 2019 being a good year because if you haven't seen our update video on our Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel yet, you definitely should because we're talking about new shows that are both coming to that channel and also coming to Twitch because we do have a Twitch as well. It's like twitch.com.tv.thoseguys Teacher Productions. The fact that Twitch does .tv instead of .com, I always get thrown off. It's like twitch.tv/TG Productions. If not, if you're watching this video on our YouTube channel, our Twitch will be in there. Or if you're listening to this through our Those Guys on the Radio Blog Talk Radio account, which is blogtalkradio.com/ThoseGuysOnTheRadio, you'll see it in the description box as well. You can go check us out on Twitch where we do live Keikaku Corners, which is really just us talking about different news topics, and those end up getting cut up into news clips over at our Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel. We also have a bunch of other channels as well, like Those Guys Play and TG Productions, but we're not going to talk about those and get into all those because we're doing a podcast right now. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening in. As always, tune in next time for something completely different. We won't be doing it on a Saturday. We'll be doing something, like I just said, completely different. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say? It'll be completely different. I don't know why you're laughing. We don't talk about Toonami every week.
I know.
It's completely different. 1 week we're talking about,
it's not
especially
like when I reference Toonami or Dragon Ball or something else like that. Another podcast on another. We're just rehashing our childhood, Matt. There's nothing real anymore. He's been infected with the alien intelligence. I'm sorry. We have to put him down. Matt, you have to do this. You're the only one who can.
I'm only laughing at the idea that I have to put you down because I just imagine driving you to the VET and not saying it out loud.
It's okay, Kirsten. It's just going to be a VET event.
Oh, God. That's only sad because my dog died last year. Damn it, this year's already better.
Well,
God, but it's fucking hilarious because again, I'm picturing if I say vet out loud, you're like jumping out the window. Damn it, why'd we put the windows down? It's winter.
God damn it.
You just jumped out of the fucking window. It's like, why? You're on all fours. He's out of the car now. He can walk.
Oh God, what am I, split in glass? Jesus.
Oh God. Oh my God. Anyway, but we talk about movies like Split. Like we talk about Shyamalan films. I'm not saying are like the best, but I'm just trying to say that like it's not Dragon Ball Z every week.
Mm.
Do you want it to be? Is that what this is about? It's just a cry for help. Do you want it to be?
I just feel like we need to go back to our roots. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, we have the DVDs. We can fucking go back to our roots. Fuck.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
No,
anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
Well, yeah, I mean, just the usual. Glad to see Toonami going strong. Glad to see those guys going strong. And you're my best friend, man. Or at least you're up there.
Well, you know what? Yeah, right. I don't know what you just said, but I felt like it was vague. It was one of those that was kind of a compliment, but also offensive. Anyway, all jokes aside, though, right?
I'm sorry, Matt. My AI isn't programmed for anything.
That's fair. Now, all jokes aside, though, the fact that you guys are listening in, even more of you are. Like, we're not losing subscribers and losing listeners. We're somehow gaining them, and that's really awesome.
Which, yeah, seriously, thank you all for listening in.
Yeah.
It does mean a lot.
Yeah, and even if you didn't listen in to some other ones, you're listening into this one, and you're like, I don't know if I ever want to listen to them again. That's fine. You got to this point. Really. So thank you all so much, even for getting to this point of what we do. So we love you all. Take care. Tune in next time, like I said earlier, for something completely different. All right, guys. So see ya.
Good night, everyone.